Hello everybody. I've got a completed spreadsheet or nearly completed spreadsheet here in front of me, and this is what I'm going to use to show you some of the work you're going to be doing today. So this is one of the pupils who had nearly finished her work last week, and I'm just using this as an example. So thank you very much to the pupil. I'll come and tell you who it is. A few things that have been done here. First of all, I've changed the title of the spreadsheet so that it's slightly bigger and it's in a different colour, and I've also made each of the questions stand out, and I'm going to show you how I did that. First of all, I've made the question bold, and we know how to do that by clicking the B up here. But also I've added some colour and some grid lines. So the grid lines first. If you select all the data you want by clicking and dragging, you can then click on the borders button up here. That means that you can then click all borders, and it means the question stands out immediately because the grid lines you can see now. Finally, I've added some colour and filled that in, and so again, select all the data that you want to have filled in with colour. Click fill colour up here and choose a colour that's different to the rest. So this one I'll do a little pink. Now all the questions look really nice and they stand out. So we're going to, today, your challenge is to complete some charts for these. So we'll start with this one, are you male or female? If we click here, then you can highlight all the data again, and up here there is the insert chart button. It suggests some charts for you, and so if you go to charts, you can then choose the correct one. Mostly today you're going to be using column graphs, and you'll see that when you do some more complicated data like you have down below, which is split into male, female and total, this will look really good. So we're going to choose just a normal column graph here. You can see at the top it says chart title. Okay, I'd like you to change each of those. So if you go to the customize bar, then you can then change the chart title, and I'd like you to turn this into the question that this graph represents. So this question is, are you male or female? Okay, make sure that your question has a question mark at the end, as we know, and when you click off it you can see the chart title changes. You can play around with this a little more as well if you want to change the font of the text, or if you want to change the background colour, or if you want to change the colour of the labels, then you can do that. Okay, you can also change things by clicking on the button here. But mainly you're going to make your changes here. Once you've finished, you can click insert. That then inserts this into your spreadsheet. So what I'd like you to do for each of these is to add a new sheet underneath for each of your graphs. So if you press plus here, then you will see sheet 2 comes up. Go back to sheet 1, and I would like you to click, I think here, and actually you can go move to own sheet, and that adds chart 1. So actually ignore what I said about adding the sheets, you don't need to do that. You can move each, so you can delete any extra sheets you have by accident, and if you go, when you have your chart, you can say move to own sheet, and then I will be able to see, are you male or female, comes up here. So your task for today's lesson is to make a graph for each of these different questions. So in total you should have your sheet 1 with all your data on, and then you should have 8 charts along the bottom here. You will find that these ones which are split down look a bit more complicated than this first graph, which is quite basic. Okay? Remember that you don't need to save anything, because every time you make any changes it says up here all changes saved to Drive, and you have the rest of this lesson to complete the work. I look forward to seeing it. Please ask me or an assistant teacher for any help. Best of luck.